welcome to our brief tax and super update from Peter Vickers Business Group. I'm Naomi.
And I'm David. We wanted to bring you a very brief update on some important tax and super issues that are currently affecting a lot of our clients.
And before we start, we just want to note that the advice in this video is general only and doesn't take into account your individual circumstances or needs. If you have any questions or want further information about the advice in this video, please get in touch by phone or email.
Thanks, Sammy. Okay, let's start with land tax.
Yes, so David, can you explain what land tax is?
Okay, so land tax is a state tax administered by the state and territory governments. It is an annual tax payable on land holdings above a certain threshold and under certain conditions. In general, your principal place of residence, such as your home or primary production land, so a serious farm, will be exempt. But like all things tax, there are extra complex rules that when you involve trusts, boarding houses, low cost accommodation, any foreign ownership or beneficiary, related companies, and SMSFs.
And what are the latest changes?
So there are two areas with a lot of movement at the moment with land tax. Firstly, Revenue New South Wales have just received over $7 million from the state government to close the loophole, as they've put it, on land tax. This investment will be put towards information management and hiring more compliance officers. As part of the crackdown, they're also offering an amnesty until January 31, 2020. This will allow people to register their land holdings without additional penalty. So secondly, Revenue New South Wales have introduced a new online system for managing land tax. They've been emailing clients asking them to register, meaning they now would like to deal more directly with clients.
And what does that mean for our clients?
Right, so this might initially seem quite appealing, but it's already created a variety of issues, and quite a few clients have already been incorrectly charged. The list of the complications that I mentioned earlier show that it can be a more complex issue than you would initially think, and that you might be best asking a tax expert for advice. Over the years, the accountants here have identified and resolved a lot of land tax issues and helped clients who have been charged incorrectly.
If you need assistance or want to discuss your land tax, please get in touch. Okay, so next topic. Talk to us about super. What is the Super Amnesty?
Okay, so the Super Guarantee Amnesty is a bit of legislation that's been hanging around for quite a while in the news without actually making it through Parliament, but it's been reintroduced. If it goes through, it's going to provide business owners with a one-off amnesty, which will encourage employers to self-correct super guarantee shortfalls or non-payments going all the way back to 1992.
And what does this mean for our clients?
So from the time the bill's passed, if it is passed, the time frame will be 6 months. And in that time, employers will be able to go forwards and contact the ATO and disclose their any superannuation guarantee shortfall in that time period. You will still have to pay the full shortfall and the interest charge and possibly general interest charge. However, the carrot side of the equation is that you're not going to be liable for the administration component, $20 per employee per quarter. The penalties that can be added won't be there, and the biggest incentive will be that you can actually claim a tax deduction for these payments still, which usually isn't the case.
If you're an employer in this situation, it is advised that you talk to your advisor or accountant.
Yes, definitely. As is often the case, this is a lot more complex than anything you can put into a short blog or video, and you would definitely need some professional support. Your accountant will be able to help you identify how much your super shortfall is and walk you through the process of claiming the amnesty. As long as it is actually passed through Parliament, be careful that you don't jump the gun.
Thank you, David. Well, the good news is there's plenty of support available for our clients, not just for land tax and super, but for all your financial business queries. We work with you to understand your specific business needs, so please don't hesitate to get in touch and speak to one of our bookkeeping or accounting experts.